let's welcome Common Sense Magazine executive editor, Chris Bedford. Chris, living here in New York City where Mayor Bloomberg had tried to ban, large-sized sodas, I didn't agree with it. I thought you had to educate people to make sure that they weren't taking in too much sugar, too much fat, whatever the case may be. In this case, I agree with chocolate milk. Where do you stand?
I'm a little less pro-chocolate milk. I think that, you go around the entire world and you see a lot of populations that sometimes struggle to get access to nutritional foods, a lot of folks who struggle with access to that information you're talking about. But nowhere on the planet do you see a population that struggles with obesity anywhere remotely like they do in the United States. And it's hitting children, too. When you see obese kids, that's something that's going to affect them their entire life. And over the years, whether it was Maine a couple of years ago in 2019 requesting to have some flexibility on what people could buy with food stamps to try to cut out some of the junk food or the sugar, or whether it was fast food companies like McDonald's lobbying that food stamps could be used in 2011 and their products, what they're successful at. A lot of these corporations have successfully lobbied over the years to give dubiously nutritional things to our children or to give them out through government programs, because that's a cash cow to them. And whenever folks really try to push back and say, well, hold on a second, why are Americans so unhealthy? They try to pull it back and say, well, you're attacking liberty. You're denying these different things to children. At the end of the day, a sixth grader or a fifth grader or fourth grader doesn't have a lot of understanding of health and nutritional benefits. But as an adult, I can tell you, chocolate milk ain't that good for you.
Okay, and I agree with that. That's why I'm saying chocolate milk in moderation. But also, you sit back and say the rest of the offerings in the cafeterias aren't exactly, the healthiest options, where if we just got rid of the chocolate milk, then, oh my goodness, we'd be okay. The hamburgers, the French fries, the pizza, all of that stuff would have to go too. Why do you think they're going after chocolate milk? Some people say they're going after the farmers and the dairy industry.
Well, it's certainly an easier thing, and milk has come under some critique lately because some of the claims that they've made may have been exaggerated over the years. I mean, milk is generally healthy. It's a good source of protein and vitamin D and vitamin C. These are things that we want our kids to have. Flavored milks certainly have a lot less, even though they make it a little easier for kids. But in response, I think all of these things should be considered. One of the reasons we have some of that fried food in our school cafeterias and available to the food stamp programs is because of the lobbying of corn syrup groups and such, which also represent farmers. But there's a difference between listening to farmers and promoting them and allowing them to make healthy products that we actually want to consume that keep us as a healthy bodies and healthy society, and allowing them to just simply peddle junk because it's a little easier and kids like it more.
What about this issue of control? Some people are saying this is just an attempt to power grab in a very strange way. 10 seconds.
I'm not so concerned about that. I mean, there certainly is a little totalitarian aspect to raising kids. You have to tell them yes, you have to tell them no, and you have to control them. And my stepson brings it up all the time and tries to argue his way out of it. But at the end of the day, when you're 5 years old, 6 years old, well, control is an important thing for parents and schools to use.
You tell them what to do. It's not a conversation. Chris Bedford, thank you.